oh Kate, my book can't go viral. There's too many books on TikTok now. People are posting too much on social media. TikTok is dead. Facebook is dead. Instagram is dead. Snapchat is dead. If you find yourself with any of the previous thoughts, make sure to contact your doctor about shutting the up and listening to Kate. Mostly because I have helped over 3,000 authors go viral using social media. Honestly, since starting this YouTube channel, I've probably helped more, but 3,000 are like a verified number. And the great thing is, you don't have to have any followers to go viral. So, here's how we're gonna do it. Buckle the up. I'm sorry for calling you a I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry. God, I'm weird. The first 3 seconds are the most important part of any video, so make sure you're talking super fast and have something super interesting to say and get to the goddamn point. Okay, maybe not like that, but you also shouldn't be wasting the first 3 seconds of your video introducing yourself. The first 3 seconds should give people an idea of what they're in for, or it should create what is called a curiosity gap. I should have become a singer. I'd be bigger than Taylor Swift by now. All right, what is a curiosity gap? You might be asking, especially because you're an author and you're like, what does this have to do with books? So, a curiosity gap is the gap between what people see and what you provide for them. What I like to do for my curiosity gap on my viral content, which goes viral all the time. In fact, in the last month, I've had like 10 or 20 viral videos. I don't really count them anymore. I just get them. And then that content sells my books. And one of my non-book clients has gotten a video with 2 million views because of literally one piece of advice I gave him, which was to make consistent content, but we're gonna talk about that here at the end. But let's look at that curiosity gap. It is basically providing a little bit of something that they then have to figure out what it means. Not necessarily confusing people, but just giving them something to be curious about. I write billionaire romance, so it's pretty easy for me, okay? For example, when she finds out that her billionaire marriage of convenience husband literally paid her dad to marry her. Not for her dad to marry her, but like, just to make that clear. Her dad's not marrying her. Her husband paid her dad so that her husband could marry her. That big explanation is not part of the content, but when you word it weird, a little confusing, curiosity gap. Am I better than Sabrina Carpenter? When she finds out the demon rock star has never ... because we're not actually gonna say the thing because of censoring that we see on a lot of stuff. Curiosity gap. I don't know, Billie Eilish? So the curiosity gap is literally the gap between what they start with and what they end with. You want to fill that curiosity gap and answer their questions because your when this person does this dramatic thing is going to create the curiosity motherfucking gap. So that's the first 3 seconds of your video, is the curiosity gap. Or if you're making YouTube content, your thumbnail and your title should create a curiosity gap. Also, if you're sick of watching my on YouTube and want to watch my somewhere else where I give you a lot more value and you learn a lot more stuff really quickly, and I'm a little bit less nuts and I'm a little bit less weird, you can make sure to download my real book sales guide, which is linked in the description below. That one's a PDF, but it might give you interesting things about my courses, but the PDF will help you a lot because I really want you to sell your books. I actually think the most annoying thing to me is when somebody has books and they just don't make money from them. I want everybody to make money selling their books because it's fun. Making money is fun and people should do it. And so many people ask me, how do you make money with your books? That I made courses and I made YouTube. Curiosity gap. The next thing you should do to help you go viral is make your content long as and I'm talking a husband just got home from work. Okay, maybe not that long, but 60 seconds or more. Make your content more than 60 seconds because this helps the algorithm make you go viral. If you can get people to stick around for 60 seconds or longer, you are gonna get people to stay on your content and you're gonna get TikTok to say, wow, you're making people stay on our app for so long. Go viral. No joke. watch time is pretty much all TikTok looks at to determine if something should go viral. It can get 1 million views and only get like 1,000 likes because they care so much about the watch time. Quantity is the next thing that you need to look at. And by that I mean the number of posts you're putting up. You don't have to have 1 million books. I have a friend who makes a lot of money from like 2 books. Maybe it's 4 now. Most of her money is from 2 books though. We shan't name names, but the books are real good. But the reason for the sales is quantity. I'm gonna just keep saying quantity now. The quality of your content is a little important. You have to make content that doesn't completely suck. You have to make content that's optimized for the platform. But I don't have time in a 10-minute YouTube video to explain every single bit of making high quality content to you. But at this point, it only takes me like 3 minutes to make each piece of content I post, which is good because I am posting lots of content. I will post 4 posts a day about my books without having to make a bunch of new stuff. And when I say 4 times a day, I mean that's the number of times I am going into the TikTok app to post my posts. I am posting 4 times a day on literally 8 accounts. Yes, that's a lot of accounts. Yes, it's very hard. Yes, it's annoying. But guess what? When you post a lot, you get better really fast. When you have a high quantity, you get better and you make more money, because if you get 200 views on every single post you make and you post once a week, do you think that you're gonna make more money than the person who gets 200 views on everything they post, but they post 4 times a day on 8 accounts? If you answered yes, you'll make the same amount of money, you're wrong. Quantity. So just to recap, have really good hooks. First 3 seconds are the most important part of any video because that is where people are gonna decide if they're gonna scroll or not. Honestly, the first half second, you have to be talking. No gaps, no before you start talking. You've got to be talking the instant somebody scrolls onto your piece of content. They should hear your voice before they fully see your face when they swipe up. Your content should be over 60 seconds because short content is less likely to go viral. That's why when I do photo slideshow posts or photo carousel or whatever the hell you want to call them posts, I make them more than 25 slides because on average it takes people 2.5 seconds to view each slide, which means when they watch all of them, more than 60 seconds. And of course, the final thing, quantity. Lots of posts, people. Lots of posts. Oh, that was way too loud. Lots of posts. Lots of posts. That was a little less loud because it was far from my microphone. My microphone's right here on my quantity. And yeah, I felt a little silly in this video. If you want something a little less silly and a little more direct, make sure to check out this video on why most self-published books don't sell and how you can fix that.